Namaskar. Today's our topic is Indus Valley Civilization. This is my brief information. Indus Valley Civilization. Under this, we have to study various things related to introduction about Indus Valley Civilization, geography of Indus Valley Civilization, social life, economic life, art and craft, religious practices, causes of downfall of the Indus Valley Civilization. So, Indus Valley Civilization. With the discovery of the Indus Valley Civilization, a glorious chapter has been added to the history and culture of the people of India, and thereby our history has been taken back at a single stretch by at least 2000 years, if not more. We can now proudly claim that our civilization is at least as old as those of ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, Sumer, and Crete. India must henceforth be recognized, remarked Sir John Marshall, along with Persia, Mesopotamia, and Egypt, as one of the most important areas where the civilizing process were initiated and developed. This is the map of the Indus Valley civilization where it first took place. Various historians given a different opinion about Indus Valley civilization. Dr. R.C. Manjumdar, his views that he says that India now takes her place side by side with Egypt and Mesopotamia as a country where we can trace the dawn of human civilization and the beginning of those thoughts, ideas, activities, and movements which have shaped the destinies of mankind all over the civilized world. The history of India thus possesses an aspect of universality which so striking distinguished the history of Egypt, Babylonian, Assyrian in the early, and Persia, Greece, and Rome in the somewhat later age. So various names of this Indus Valley civilization. Some historians call this Indus Valley civilization as a Indus Valley civilization. Some call this as a Harappan culture. Some call it as a Mohenjo-daro culture. Some others says also Chanhu-daro culture. First urbanization. When we refer the history books, this Indus Valley civilization called as a first urbanization. Even in some history books, we find that this Indus Valley civilization as a one of the oldest civilization. The discovery of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The discovery of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in the year of 1921, Rai Bahadur Dayaram Shahani discovered the ruins of Harappa situated on the banks of the river Ravi in the Montgomery district of West Punjab of Pakistan. In the next year, Dr. R.D. Banerjee uncovered the ruins of the history city of Mohenjo-daro, situated at a distance of about 300 miles north of Karachi in the Darkhana district of Sindh, West Pakistan. The express Mohenjo-daro. What is the meaning of Mohenjo-daro? The express of Mohenjo-daro is a Sindhi expression. Mohen means dead, Jo means of, and Daro means mound. Hence, it means the mound of the dead. Later on, Sir John Marshall, Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, personally undertook the work and produced 3 remarkable volumes of the Indus Valley civilization. Then sources of Indus Valley civilization. No source, no history. While studying this one, we have to so many sources, archaeological sources are there. Unfortunately, no written records excepting inscriptions on the seals have come down to us. These inscriptions have not yet been satisfactorily deciphered. Hence, the only sources of information for reconstructing culture and civilization of the Indus people are the ruins of the cities, household articles, skeletons, toilet and cosmetics, stones, brass, and pottery figures of human beings, gods and goddesses, and animals and seals. Thus, the culture and civilization of Indus people are portrayed on these materials. Means most of the Indus Valley civilizations are archaeological sources help us to reconstruct the history of this Indus Valley civilization. Then let's we see the main features of this Indus Valley civilization: town planning and civic amenities. Model town planning. The Indus people have displayed remarkable skill and careful forethought in preparing the layout of their cities, as is demonstrated by the striking regularity of the division, and the successfully allaying stress. A visit to the ruins at Mohenjo-daro, the city of the dead, observed Dr. A.D. Pusalkar is struck by the remarkable skill in town planning and sanitation displayed by the ancients, and as an English writer has observed, feels himself surrounded by ruins of some present-day working town in Lancashire. So it shows that modern town planning system was exist at that time. This is the one picture, the town planning of that period. Then broad streets and network of lanes. It is another feature of the Indus Valley civilization. The city of Mohenjo-daro is marked by long roads amply wide for both wheel traffic as well as pedestrians with straight rows of buildings. The roads run due north and south with crossroads which cut each other at right angles and run due east and west. Dr. E. J. Mackay is of the opinion that the routes were planned in such a manner that the prevailing winds could work as a sort of sanction pump, thereby cleaning this atmosphere automatically. Means very well structured road planning we find at that time. Then dwelling houses, public buildings, and public baths. These are other features of Indus Valley civilization. The architecture of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and other sites of the Indus Valley is characterized by severe plainness and utilitarianism rather than artistic excellence and beauty. The Indus people are practically minded, therefore build only plain and utilitarian, which are the very useful for them. Those type of things they have used that time. The archaeological evidence reveals three types of brick structure, namely the dwelling houses, public buildings, and public baths. So in public bath, also one of the another this great also called as a great bath. It is the another feature of this Indus Valley civilization. Besides dwelling houses and public building, a swimming pool commonly known as Great Bath has been discovered from Mohenjo-daro. It is well structured and maintained. And the vast verandas, various rooms, galleries around the swimming pool added to the beauty and charm of this great one. So what today we are find in modern time as a swimming pool, at that time the Indus Valley people constructed and used that one in a well stylistic way. So here a swimming bath on a scale which would do credit to the modern seaside hotel, what we call today. Even that time, it is noteworthy that even after withstanding the ravages of as many as 5,000 years, the Great Bath is still in a good working condition. Further, the near southwest corner of the Great Bath is hammam, that is hot air bath system was existing at that time. This is the picture of Great Bath of Harappan. In civic amenities, people are very much interested in their day-to-day life. The people of Indus Valley enjoyed most of the modern civic amenities such as corbelled drainage system, adequate water supply, street lighting. Street lighting, a large number of lamps posted at intervals have been discovered from various sites, which suggests that this might have been used for the purpose of street lighting. Professor S.R. Sharma remarks, archaeologists have marveled at the skill with which the whole system was planned and constructed. Then social life of the Indus Valley people, the four classification society stated by Dr. A.D. Pusalkar points out that the remains discovered at Mohenjo-daro suggest the fourfold classification of society into the learned class, warrior class, traders and artisans, and finally manual laborers, which correspond roughly to the four varnas of the Vedic age. Then diet, at that time the people consist diet is wheat, rice, barley, milk products, vegetable, fruits, even beef, mutton, pork, poultry, fish, both fresh and dried, and the flesh of turtle and tortoise also they use. The half-burned cells and bones of these animals discovered in houses, lanes, and streets show that they were articles of diet, which are the proof of the time the diet system was like that. Then dress of the Indus Valley people, we can say that men put on two garments, first a shawl-like cloth worn over the left shoulder, covering the left arm and thus leaving the right arm for free movement. And second, something like the present day dhoti, worn quite close to the body. The female dress did not differ from that of the male clothing, were made of cotton and swan. Jewelry is the one of the main feature of this Indus Valley civilization. The Indus people of both sexes, male and female, were fond of jewelry. Of course, today also both are fond of jewelry. That time also they are like the jewelry most. Like that, they used at that time necklace, fillets, finger rings, armlets were the common ornaments for men as well as women. Ornaments like the terracotta, bangles, grindles, bracelets, nose sets, earrings, anklets, etc. were generally meant for women. They were made of gold, silver, copper, bronze, shell, precious stones, semi-precious stones, type of jewelers also used by this both sex. This is the one picture where ornaments in Indus Valley civilization. Even today also most of the modern women also like this type of cells type of ornaments they like when we wear whenever we go to any party or any program. Today if we wear the cells type of any ornament, then people say, wow, what a modern one. Actually it is a gold one. Gold is gold one. Once again that culture come back. Then toilet and cosmetics, the Indus women seem to be fond of beauty aids such as coloring, face paint, lipstick, perfumes. Today we think that if we use lipstick, we are too modern. But when we go back to when we thoroughly study this one, this type of women are very use the various type of cosmetic things at the time. Even men had long hair, short beards. Women were familiar with different hairstyles, and they used fillets and hairpins at that time. Household articles and furniture. The household articles were made of pottery, stone, cell, pennies, and metal. Copper and bronze seems to have substituted stone as a material for manufacturing household articles. Numerous kitchen articles were made of stone and baked earth, such as cake molds, bakers, balls, dippers, goblets, basins, pans, dishes, saucers, ladles, jar stands, heaters, store jars, etc., which were possible to be sold only once. Jar covers and ladles were made of cell, needles, axes, or fish hooks, chills, etc., made of bronze and copper. Means copper and bronze used by the people at that time for manufacturing these articles. Then pastimes, amusements of that people are marbles, balls, and dice were popularly used for a variety of games. The discovery of large number of dice of different shapes from different sites indicates that dicing must have been a common pastime. Both cubical and tabular types of dice have been found, the latter being more common. Hunting must have been an equally pastime for some people at least. And that is also one time of uh, sports they use at that time. Then which type of weapons are used by these Indus Valley people? Uh, Weapons of war, tools and implements. A large number of specimens of weapons of war such as knives, daggers, spears, swords, bows, arrows made mostly of copper and bronze have been discovered. These weapons used for defense rather than of offense purpose, they are used at the time. Then medicine. This is the special feature of Indus Valley people that pieces of coal black substance forming a dark brown solution of waters, possibly silgit, which is a known prescription for diabetes, disease of liver and dysentery. So means that time even several fish bones stored in pottery which were used as appetizers and in disease of eye, ear, throat and skin. The horns of the deer and antelope, perhaps also of the rhinoceros, which were valued for their medical qualities. Coral and leaves of neem tree were also valued for their medical qualities. Even today, also some Ayurvedic people and others also say that neem is very good for our health. We have to use those things. So also these specific are still prescribed in Ayurvedic medicines. Writers Dr. A.D. Pasolkar. Thus, the origin of indigenous medical system of India may be traced to the Indus Valley civilization. Then economic life of the Indus Valley people, the well-planned large cities which with big brick structure, sound sanitary system, wide roads, and the discovery of various objects relating to various arts and crafts, industry, weights, measurement, scales, transportation, and communication. All this conclusively prove that Indus Valley people lead a very prosperous economic life. Then various industries also we find that time spinning of cotton and wool. Perhaps the Indus people were the first people in the ancient world to learn and practice the art of pottery. The Indus people seem to be expert in potteries. The Indus Valley pottery has been found to be heavy and utilitarian. Then manufacturing of toys, the famous the Chanudaru seems to have been a manufacturing center of toys. As is suggested by the discovery of very large specimens of toys from there, pottery rattles beautifully decorated, model pottery cards in various shapes with humped bull are very common. Weights and measures also used by these people at that time. Then trade and commerce, that time the trade and commerce with other countries also in export some things also at that time. Afghanistan, Armenia, Persia, copper from Rajasthan, Balochistan, Madras, and sell from the coastal line of India and the Persian Gulf. They had also established commercial contact with the Sumerian, perhaps the Egypt and other countries. These are the seals at the time they use. How today we use in the notes and other things. Then arts and crafts, a large number of figures, seals, amulets, and other small objects have been discovered from Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and many other sites of the Indus Valley civilization. We stand testimony to the fact that the Indus people have developed artistic skill of the highest order and an excellent craftsmanship. Then these are the picture shows that they are very expert in artifacts. Dancing Girl of Indus Valley civilization is how the art is depicted at that time. Then religious ideas and beliefs of the time. There are no temples, shrines, or any different cult object are existing at that time. However, we can get some information regarding religious ideas, beliefs, and practices of these people of India. Some seals, ceilings, figure stone images give us information about the religious practices of at that time. Statue of the Indus Valley civilization. Then worship of Mother Goddess is very famous at that time. In ancient India and even today, the Mother Goddess is known for under different names like such as Amba, Mata, Amma, Kali, Karkali, Gauri, Durga, Prakriti, etc. Sometimes to be written, sometimes wording of evil spirits imparting fertility, etc. Today also there is all goddesses, Amba, Durga, Kali, Gauri also worship till today. People tree worship also practicing till today in our society, but at that time also these religious practices exist at that time. Then modern goddesses, this picture shows that the today's Mahakali's picture or Durga Mata, what we call. So this picture depicts those things. Then worship of Shiva, according to Sir John Marshall and Dr. E.J.H. Mackay, the cult of the mother goddess did not dominate the religion of the Indus people. The male gods loomed large on the horizon of that age also. According to leading archaeologists suggest that at least three concepts that are invariably associated with the Shiva. That is Trimukha, three-faced Shiva was existing, Pashupati, that is Lord and animals, and Yogishwara, Mahayogi. So this picture shows that Shiva was worshipped in the form of the Pashupati Nath also. Then cult of Shiva, Shiva, that identification male god with Shiva on Mohenjo-daro seal number 420 is further strengthened by the discovery of a large number of conical and cylindrical stones, which probably symbolize fertility and look exactly like a Shivalinga. See, Shivalinga means a symbol that time they are worshipped. Shivalinga also worshipped today. We think that Lord Shiva's incarnation in the form of Shiva Linga. So today those who are Shaivit, they also worship Shiva in the form of Shivalinga. Then animal worship, finally there are actual animals such as the elephant, tiger, rhinoceros, buffalo, hump bull, zebra, short horn bull. these animals, some of the animals were considered to be Vahana, vehicles of the gods. So the bull, for the instant, is closely associated with the Shiva. Then nature worship is very popular at that time. The worship of tree, fire and water also might have been practiced by the Indus people. Fire worship also consider, water worship also consider as a precious things. Although no direct evidence has been discovered about water or river worship, the important role played by water in the daily life of the Indus people, as suggested by the elaborate arrangement for bathing and the great bath, make us believe that ceremonial evidence form a feature of their religion. Means they are this water, wind, air, fire. These are necessary for the human beings. So that time those things protect us. That's why these people worship the nature, and it is very good sign that the environmental protection and that protect the human being. What we are forgetting today. That's why we are facing so many problems till today. Then other worship system also existed at the time. Naga worship, snake worship system existed at the time. Even sun worship system is also there. Disposal of the dead is a different type of characteristic we find in Indus Valley civilization. Three kinds of disposal of dead. That one is complete burial, second is fractional burials, and third is post cremation burial system was exist at the time. The architecture of Indus Valley civilization pictures mentioned here. Then the script of what is the script, which type of script was existing to study the Indus Valley civilization. The Indus script is shown in mystery and yet not discovered that one. It resembles the quasi-pictographic writings which were commonly used in West Asia and the adjoining lands during Chalcolithic time. It comprises about 400 distinct signs, of which about 60 are basic and the rest their variants. It has well been pointed out that the Indus script is bound to remain a mystery. If we discover, we will read so many things and we reconstruct the history of Indus Valley civilization once again, which is benefit to new generation. Then age of the Indus Valley civilization, according to Sir John Marshall's view, the Indus culture has been begun according to earlier 3200 500 BC. Wheeler's view is 2500 to up to 1500 BC. Harappan culture 2800 BC to 2500 BC. Then what were the causes? Such a big culture, first urbanization, then what were the causes why this civilization is failure one? So some historian given a different opinion about this culture. Some say because of climatic change, this culture is destroyed. Some say the flood is took place in Indus River, that's why Indus Valley civilization is downfall. Some say because of cyclone and earthquake, it's one more reason to failure of this civilization. And others authors view that because of iron invention on this area, that's why the Indus Valley civilization is downfall. Then change in river Indus is also one more reason to downfall of the Indus Valley civilization. So this is the first Indus Valley civilization, first urbanization picture. So thank you very much for listening my lecture.